for our last activity of our topic, we will go and have a debate. Okay, so I will group you into two groups. This will be the group 1 and this will be the group 2. The group 1 will be the teaching strategies and the group 2 will be the globalization. Okay, so here's your question. Eyes on the board. Does globalization or teaching strategies has a huge impact in the development of literacy skills among students? Again, does globalization or teaching strategies has a huge impact in the development of literacy skills among students? Okay, so since I already instructed you to study in advance of our topics, okay, I will give you time to scan your notes or to brainstorm your group mates, and yeah, I will give you a few minutes to study. Okay, so start. Alright, time is up. Okay, let's begin the statement for group 1, which is the teaching strategies. Okay, start.
Effective literacy instruction for elementary school students learning to read necessitates a multisensory balanced approach. This approach integrates explicit phonics instructions with rich opportunities for reading decodable text alongside activities that foster phonemic awareness and oral language development and a love of reading. A supportive classroom environment where students feel safe to take risks and celebrate their progress is crucial for building confidence and fostering a lifelong love of literacy.
So, based on your statement, can teaching strategies alone can close the literacy gap among individuals?
So, based from your question, my answer is yes. Sa teaching strategies na daan is namin ma-involve the culture, traditions, beliefs, ma-involve sa the parents, it kanang nga ma-help sa students para kanang ma-assess ang ilang knowledge, ma-core sila new knowledge.
So, for my follow-up questions, how can you address the cultural differences among students and what teaching strategies should be used?
So, we are talking here about the cultural differences. So, if I am a teacher, first I should know the background of the student so that I will come up with different strategies like collaboration, role-playing, brainstorming that is inclusive and engaging for and meaningful for the students, that is also unbiased to their culture.
So how can you differentiate instruction to meet this individual needs among the students?
To provide and helpful personalized instructions, there are a lot of factors to consider. So one of the examples of factors are learning styles, so where the students learn through visual aids and through also hands-on activities.
To cultivate the fully conscious learners, educators must integrate multiple literacies, critical thinking, and cultural responses into their instruction. This can be achieved through digital storytelling, online collaborations, and virtual groups, which foster digital literacies in global perspectives.
globalization is impacted, then there's nothing wrong or there's no any gap between that.
Can cultural diversity be preserved in a globalized world?
To answer that question is a yes. Because as we all know that we have the four core values in the Philippines, which is the magkakalikasan, mga bansa, mga tao, at mga Diyos. So, in our country, kabawa dito ang mga Pilipino na preserve gihapon ang history, just like, for example, if you go to a museum, there's a lot of preserved products, and at the same time, there's also a preserved history to the specific discoveries of object.
So, additional answer.
Like, for that question, my additional is the life of Jose Rizal was actually added sa curriculum sa college, which is one of the example of preserving the history through imparting the students to know what the life or should be able or will be able to value the presence and also not actually the presence but the contribution of that certain someone or that certain hero.
So another question is, globalization is also talks about multicultural literacy. So how can you address the issues of discrimination in terms of the race, religion, culture, etc. as a student?
So as a student, I think we should be able to start within ourselves to respect and appreciate others with diverse cultural backgrounds. So if we start within ourselves to respect them and do the things that are not culturally biased, we could actually influence others to do that as well. And as a student, we should be open-minded that not everyone has the same culture as you, and we should be able to respect that they have different beliefs, customs, and traditions. And lastly, as a student, we could actually use different platforms such as advocacy in school to promote or help others to understand and appreciate diversity. And as a student, we could actually do the simple things to promote inclusivity.
Okay, another question is, in what ways does globalization shape curriculum design, teaching methods, and assessment standards, potentially promoting Western educational hegemony?
So the impact of globalization has influenced the education of the Philippines as well as it allows the education of the Philippines adopt the education of other countries as well as the globalized education should foster interconnectedness and also connection towards one another despite of the differences that we have when it comes to culture, economies, and also allowing us to connect to other people with other people in different societies across the world. And I believe that is something that we should be able to establish and to value that the globalization also help foster a quality education for the students in order for them to be aware and to learn about the happenings not just in this country but also around the world.
Okay, last question. So how does globalization, driven by technology, affect access to quality education, particularly in marginalized communities, and what are the implications for social mobility and inequality?
So the use of technology nowadays is rampant in modernized world, and I do believe that the tool of gadgets like cell phone, laptops, computers, and other stuff will actually help us communicate to other people despite of the gap that we have when it comes to the land markings like layo ang mga lugar, the Philippines, and other Korea. So it actually fostered connectivity through communication by using these gadgets, and it also impacted not just through communication but also impacted through education. While the use of technology today is so helpful when it comes to quality education that will allow the students, not just only the students but also the teachers, to mobilize and innovate education for the perfect use of technology.
So, in conclusion, globalization has profoundly shaped the modern world, fostering interconnectedness and interdependence across nations. It has driven economic growth, cultural exchange, and technological innovation, while also presenting challenges such as inequality, cultural homogenization, and environmental concerns. The impact of globalization varies across regions and sectors, emphasizing the need for policies that maximize its benefits while addressing its drawbacks. A balanced approach promoting equity, sustainability, and inclusivity is essential for ensuring that globalization contributes positively to global development.
Great job, everyone! All of you got the correct answers. Okay, to summary all of this, both globalization and teaching strategies are important for helping students develop their literacy skills. Okay, so globalization gives access to more resources, okay, to expose students to different cultures and introduces new ways of learning. On the other hand, effective teaching strategies help students understand and use these skills in the classroom. Okay, by combining the opportunities from globalization with effective teaching strategies, students can develop strong literacy skills to succeed in a connected world. Okay, so that's all for today, class. I hope you've learned something about our topic. Okay, goodbye.